Welcome,
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 welcome.
welcome.
It's Friday night, it's 9 p.m., and we are back here on
How to ace your career.
So, guys, while we begin this live show, I'm going to ask my husband to do something, and he's done that. Fantastic. So, as you all know, we come here every Friday night touching something about how you can grow in your career, how you can thrive in your career. I'm Newton, I'm a career and a life coach, and
I'm Dheeraj, I'm a career coach, life coach, and a relationship coach. And both of us together, we create this company, ND Life Coaching.
And through these years of experience of over a decade of coaching people, we come and share something wonderful which is going to help you grow in your career, especially for mid-age professionals.
Yep.
Well, today is going to be something really very special, which is so exciting for people because they don't have time to read books. We are going to do that for you. And this time, what are we discussing?
We are discussing something really important, and we've got the word. I'm sure you've heard it. It is called Ikigai. Okay, so I want to begin by saying thank you for your responses to the recent polls and messages. Your engagement truly helps us understand what you're thinking about. And right now, one theme that we have been discussing over the past 2 weeks is career transition.
Whether you're feeling stuck, burnt out, or simply wondering, is this it? You're not alone. Many professionals in their 30s, 40s, even in their 50s are questioning if what they are doing today will give them the fulfillment tomorrow.
And that's bring us to one book that deeply resonated with us, and we believe it will with also for you, and that is Ikigai.
So, the most important question is, what is Ikigai? I'm sure you've heard of this word. It's a Japanese concept that translates roughly to life which is worthwhile. It's about discovering a career, a life purpose that makes you feel excited to wake up each morning. And I think that's been our quest for all our coaching clients. What is going to excite them that they wake up, jump out of the bed in the morning? For us, it's already possible, but we do that for our clients also. Now, imagine work that energizes you, adds meaning to your days, keeps you mentally alive, even when you're in your 70s or 80s.
Does that sound too idealistic? Not really. In fact, that's the life lived by people in Okinawa in Japan, home to some of the world's longest living and most important, happiest people. The authors of Ikigai studied these communities and uncovered powerful lessons we can use right now, and we rethink our careers.
So, guys, like Dheeraj just mentioned, since we are going to rethink our careers, we have been discussing career transaction. That is why we're going to talk about how this book really helps you understand what you need to do before you're thinking about a transition. So, the first and foremost, most powerful question in this book is, what do I love to do? What do I love to do? The second one is, what am I good at? I may love to do something else, but my skill sets are something different. Both have to intersect for the Ikigai to be created.
Absolutely. In fact, the third one is something which I'm always very keen. She is little less, I am. You know, that you are good at something, you love something, but the third is, what can I be paid for? This is so important. And the fourth and the most important part, what does the world need? This is important. If you're not giving what the world needs, that's where the question is, that is it really what I'm doing is the right thing? So with these four intersect, that's
so it's very very important that we are talking about four different things, right? There are four different quadrants. Now, if they remain as individual quadrants and they don't intersect anywhere, it's not your Ikigai. So I need to love what I do. I need to be good at that. And then that should be something what the world is needing. Because if they don't need it, they're not going to pay for it.
Absolutely.
Right? So I want you to really look at these questions very deeply before you think of your transition. What do you love to do? And the most beautiful part of reaching this midlife when you're in your 40s, You have really lived your career for 20 years. You finish your education. So this is the time when you actually start understanding what is that you truly love to do. Maybe you're not doing it now, but you can think of doing it. At the same time, with almost 15 to 20 years back in your career, these 20 years also tell you what are you good at. Are you a problem solver? Are you good at interacting with people? Are your people skill amazing? Or you're an individual contributor and you love just to sit and create your work? What is that you're good at? And if these two things intersect, then the next connection, like I said, is what does the world need? If that is what is the requirement, then definitely you can be paid your worth. And that's very important in the career, yeah?
Yep. Now I want you to think about this, okay? Are you in a career that ticks all four boxes? So congratulations, you are living a life of your Ikigai. You've got your Ikigai you're living. If not, are you operating in just one or two? And wondering every day when I come back home 4:35 only I've started feeling drained. By the time I'm home, I'm sitting in my home, sitting on my couch and watching TV because there's fatigueness, okay? There's one line from this book that hit us hard and really hard. That is, the goal isn't about to retire early. The goal is to find work you don't want to retire from. And I am so happy, to share that that's the life that we are living, that we would like to do all the life. Let's give you a real life example. Abdul Kalam, he was working till the last breath. He was giving a lecture. How beautiful. Or Bob Proctor, who was active in his purple till the age of 87. He was delivering a workshop when he passed away. What a beautiful life. Till the last moment, they were fulfilling their Ikigai.
So now so many of us have really heard this, right? That I want to work hard, I just want to earn the money and retire at 50. Well, the book is actually talking exactly opposite.
Opposite.
It is talking about finding something that you love so much that you don't want to retire from
So
it.
true.
You're not working because you want to earn the money. You're not working because that's going to provide you a lifestyle. You're working because you love doing what you do and you would want to do that till the last moment of life or probably till health really permits. And the best part is it says that is the reason this people in Okinawa lived 90 to 100, 110 because they kept doing something till the last day of life. In fact, the first time when we went to Japan together, I was so surprised that in the shops, people in their 80s
Yes.
making something and selling. You remember that brother and sister?
Yeah, 2007. I
Yes,
can
the
never
sister
forget.
was really cooking something similar to momos. I don't remember what exactly it was. And the brother was selling it. And when we checked with them, they were in their 80s.
So true.
Such an amazing life they live where even at that stage, they can be there and open the store for 8-10 hours. So we have seen too many stories. Coming back from that beautiful world of Ikigai, let's come to the reality what we are experiencing today. Most of us have seen stories of professionals popping up on LinkedIn, on Google, in their 40s, collapsing from stress related illness. Haven't you heard of some story?
Yeah.
Come across some article, some post on LinkedIn or another social media platform that he was just in his 40s, she was just in her 40s and she passed away. What is the biggest source of stress? You know what is that? It is so difficult to believe, but it is this. It is this laptop that we are sitting on. You know why? Because we are constantly on alert mode. People living in caves. The book is describing people living in caves. We're only alert for a very little amount of time. But today, in this modern world, we are constantly on alert because 24 by 7, we are receiving notifications, pings from people, emails. And you know what? Our brain interprets every notification like a potential threat. Can you believe this? That is why we are told to keep our phone away and off for a few hours of the day. Like both of us, We wake up in the morning at 5:30, until 9:30 our phone is not switched on. It is lying somewhere, we are not looking at it. And same thing we follow in the night. We switch it off by 10:30, because 11:30 is the time when we prepare to sleep. So 1.5 hour before we go to sleep, we are disconnected from the world, we are disconnected from the technology, from everything what's happening around us, because that gives us a beautiful peaceful sleep. You don't understand, unknowingly it is exhausting us.
Ikigai teaches us that if we want to live long, meaningful life, we must build intentionally into our routines. That is what is important. And that starts with mindfulness, which means first, pause, take a deep breath. And then, second, observe what's happening around you, what's going in your life, what's going around you. Once you've paused, you've started observing, now put a filter, because that's extremely important. Because we live in a world where there is so much of unwanted information comes and goes, and we listen, we see, and we feel anxious. So filter, what are you going to listen, what are you going to watch? That's very important. And then reclaim your attention. I say pause, observe, filter, and reclaim your attention.
So that was one very important concept discussed in Ikigai.
Yeah.
Stress, how is it caused, and what is necessary to manage that stress. Because these four things and four quadrants have been discussed in multiple places. But I felt I would like to share, or probably we would like to share, our perspective and perspective from the book. And I felt the most important thing which we all have been facing since COVID is stress related early deaths.
Yeah.
The other thing which is very crucial, which we need to have in our work, and that big idea is called as flow. Flow is that magical state where you're completely immersed in a task. You lose track of time, you feel energized, creative, and alive. That's what happens to us through our entire day. When we are coaching people, we are probably having 7, 8 sessions in the entire day. And at the end of the day, we are not exhausted, we feel more energized. We are at the peak of our creativity and we are feeling alive that we did something that we truly loved and that is making a difference in people's life.
Absolutely. And so many people say at 10:30 in the night, what drugs are you guys onto? That you work the whole day and you're so excited. So, how do you create flow in your current or future role? First, choose something that challenges you. Not too easy, not too hard. Now, this is very important. Some people are very harsh and they go out for very hard things, difficult things, and they fail and they feel bad again and again. And some people choose something so easy that it's not challenging at all. Second, set clear goals. This is something which is extremely important. Clear goals. And third, remove all the distractions and get into deep focus.
So again, both of us follow this rule. So when I'm in my coaching sessions, I'm not looking at the phone. And this is known to all my friends, my relatives, my clients. When I'll finish the session, I'll get back and I'll see and I'll respond to the calls, the messages, and everything. So every time when you're working, which is something very crucial, you need to keep away from distractions, get into deep focus. That is how you can create a flow in your current role. Now, the most important thing is to create a flow. Then it's important to understand how do you do it. So here's a self-reflection exercise which I want you to try. I would want you to have a paper and a pen. If you don't have it, pick up the phone and type it out. But without this exercise, doing that career transition is not going to help you, right? So like I said, we spoke on the negative aspect, that is stress, how to manage it. Now we are saying the most beautiful thing that you need to do in your work is create a flow. The stories that are mentioned in the book where the artists who are deep into their work, they don't just look at what's happening around them, who's walked in, who's not walked in. They just don't get distracted. Today,
Yeah.
there are so many sources of distraction.
So true.
So what do you need to do? The first question, what are the activities that you do in your daily life that makes you forget time?
Yeah.
I'll repeat this once again for all of you. What are the activities that you do in your daily life that makes you forget time? The second aspect of that would be, now that you've noted down these activities, what do these activities have in common? What do these activities have in common? And finally, the third question, why do they bring you energy? Why do they bring you energy? So, if I would have to explain it from my and Dheeraj's aspect, what activities make us forget time? Well, whenever we are out there helping people, it's always, especially Dheeraj, if you're sitting and discussing something with a couple, I have to remind him it's much past the time, right? So we get so much into the flow. So if I look at all such activities, like when I write, again, I get into that flow. Or when we are sitting and recording those videos, which we are posting every Wednesday, when I'm creating the content, when we are delivering those videos, we just forget time. So anything and everything, all these activities, if I look at them, what do they have in common? It's all about reaching out, creating an impact, helping someone.
So true.
Now, why do they bring energy to us? Because that is what we love to do.
Yeah.
We love helping people. And fortunately for us, the world needs it and we are getting paid for it. So these answers are your starting point, the breadcrumbs leading to your Ikigai.
Now, for all the friends of mine there, male, female, both, there's something called as midlife that we are all facing.
Yes.
People who are all in their 40s and 45s, okay? Midlife transition are not always very smooth. They come with self-doubt.
Yes.
Am I good enough? Can I really do this? Is this meant for you? Can I make this happen? These are the self-doubts. Then they also get setbacks, okay? Which is so natural. And there's a curveball. That's why what you need in a situation like this, resilience. That's another pillar of Ikigai.
So, Dheeraj, mid-age, when we are talking about, setbacks come from, like, the most of the people that come to us. I was a hero in this company. I was delivering results. Now younger people are getting promoted just above me, and I am there. A big setback for people, but you're there because you have stagnated in life. Then curveballs. When I say midlife transition, children have grown up. They are moving ahead. Something new comes up. Parents are aging. Something that life throws us.
Yep.
And if we've not taken care of our health, then health challenges for us. So when these curveballs come in our life, it's very, very important for us to absolutely be resilient. And that is why Ikigai says resilience is non-negotiable. And in today's world, where most of the things are not in our control, the pace of growth is so high with technology, it's very, very crucial that we learn this aspect of resilience.
So resilient people, one thing I've observed, they don't get stuck on what they can't control.
Absolutely.
Okay. Rather, they always are focused on what they can. Now that's important. And the truth is, 95% of the things that's going in our life we can't control.
Yes.
It's probably 2 or 5% of the things which are in your control. So if you focus on that, then you're going to feel very empowered. But if you constantly focus what's not in your control, then it's going to be a huge, huge challenge.
So let's be really honest. For us, the last 12 years, where we were doing something so amazing, we've shared so many challenges we have faced. COVID times. Before that, these new technologies. Today, what we are doing in this virtual world. Before that, setting up a new office. Before that, researching something which you would love to do, something or the other, plus health challenges for both of us, for our families. But the reason we kept moving forward, despite health issues, financial risks, uncertainty, is because both of us were rooted in our
Ikigai.
We love what we do. We are good at it. The world needs it. And yes, people are willing to pay for it. What a beautiful life that we live, because each day when we go to sleep, we are truly, truly fulfilled. So now let's really discuss the most important rules of Ikigai from this book. And we start by the first one.
Okay, first is stay active. Don't even think of retiring, because the moment you think about retiring, you can't be active, because that word retirement to your brain means slow down, stay down, sit at one place. So that's number one.
So, you know what? Like we were just discussing, each time the entire discussion and people in their late 30s, early 40s
What?
is that let me finish making that money, creating that financial freedom so that I can retire peacefully.
Yeah,
Early retirement. Early retirement is, as per Ikigai, not a great way to healthy, long life.
very true.
So, one of the most, what I would say is controversial opinion, where we are all looking forward towards early retirement. The book says, don't retire, stay active till the last day. Then it says, take it slow. What does it mean? I have seen so many people constantly running throughout the day. It's an important reminder for us to take it slow. And you know who's this reminder for me in life? It's this person sitting next to me. There are so many times, so many days, so many moments that he's asked me to hush, just relax, chill, and then move to the next. It's very, very crucial to take those moments, slow down your pace, pause, and then get back into the flow. If you're doing that, you will run longer. It's said, right? If you walk slow, you can walk long distances. That is life also.
Third is don't fill your stomach. Now it's in a different way. It's like, let's say you've eaten uh, three thalis at one go. Okay, three thalis at one go. Now your only thing you're going to do vomit, or you're going to feel unhealthy, or you will not have the desire to eat only for the next 1 week. Similarly, the key factor what they're trying to say is be hungry. Hunger is one of the very important factor for success, for keep going on and on with that same drive, with that same, like I know some of the people in their 70s, in their 80s are still hungry to go out and accomplish something. So that's what, don't fill your stomach.
It also means in terms of your health,
Yeah.
which he follows very religiously. I sometimes don't. Please keep your stomach at least 20% empty.
Yeah.
You just need to eat 80%. And it is told that if someone offers you something, you should still be able to eat and digest. You know why that is important? Because I think most of the people are not aware. Digestion takes away a lot of your energy.
So true.
So if you have overeaten and eaten foods which are fatty, then imagine how much of energy is going to get utilized, which you could have used for a better purpose.
So true.
So don't fill your stomach till here or till here. You have to keep 20% empty. The fourth important aspect is
you need to surround yourself with good friends. This is something which Ikigai truly believes. And there are many people who say this, that, show me your 5 friends, I will tell you your future. Similarly, be careful, because our family, we could not choose. Our siblings, we could not choose. But one thing that we can choose is our friends.
So it's very important to choose these good friends, and also very equally important is to socialize. Today, the biggest challenge that we are going through, and why the stress levels and anxiety and feeling of overwhelmed and mental illness has increased, because our social interactions have reduced. So Ikigai says that people who are active in their communities, people who have good big friend circle, people who are active with their family and their friends, tend to live a good, healthy, happy, long life. So it's very, very crucial to increase your social interaction. I was amazed the other day when I was in this meeting in that NGO. There is a 7-year-old girl and she has social anxiety. Can you imagine what are we doing with our children? It's really important. We as parents lay that foundation strong to them, that socializing, we are humans who are known as social animals. So get into that zone of socializing, make it a part of your daily life. Then, of course, get into shape for your next birthday. Well, I think my husband does it so diligently. So you should be the one sharing this.
I think what I feel now at this age, as compared to what I was in my 30s, in my 50s, I'm feeling much more healthier, much more stronger, much more energetic. And I think my body is in a great flexibility, which I've achieved because of yoga and all the other exercise. So that's one thing I ensure that every year, how can I be in a better shape? It's not about just weight, but it's about strength, it's about endurance, it's about flexibility, it's about stamina. And I feel both of us are be able to accomplish more and better every birthday.
I can definitely say what I was in my 40s,
Yeah.
I'm much better today.
Yeah.
The sixth one is smile more. Well, this was one real reflection that I went through. One fine day, few years back, I was just looking through all my pictures, clicked in those early 20s when you didn't have this so-called phone where you couldn't redo your pictures. And one thing that I found was I've never smiled in my pictures. And that actually reflected the state that I was living in. And that reflection hit me so strongly that from that day, I remind myself it's really very crucial to smile. And I ensure whether I'm in my lift or I'm walking in the morning walks or when anywhere there I ensure that I greet a person with a beautiful smile.
Then you need to do is number 7 is reconnect with nature. Now that's something that's important. We know we live in a concrete jungle, but there are places there is nature. So ensure you go there and reconnect with nature.
Then it's about giving thanks. We've spoken so much about living in gratitude, be
Yes.
grateful, and thanking people.
Next is live in the moment because life is about now.
And of course, finally, follow your Ikigai.
Ikigai.
So, people out there, if you are feeling that pull, then maybe it is time that you move ahead. Don't ignore that call which has
Yep.
come to you. Maybe your career has served its purpose and it's time to transition into something deeper and more meaningful. Start with the questions from today, the questions that we shared earlier in this
Yes.
session. And if you're still unsure, then reach out to us.
We have been coaching people through various programs that help specifically midlife professionals so that they are able to find their flow, own their transition, and create careers that are built to last. Let this moment that you are living now, you stop surviving because that's not what humans are made for. We are made to thrive and start thriving. So, thank you so much, all of you, for joining us. We love you people. And every Friday night, 9 p.m., you guys come, and later also you listen to us, and that gives us fulfillment of our Ikigai. Okay, drop your thoughts or questions in the comment box. We would love to hear what part of Ikigai resonated most with you.
See you next Friday.